Where do you feel like this team fell short tonight at?
I think just down the stretch, kind of floated away from us, and I think just as the game went on, there were just a couple of plays that didn't go our way, and the outcome of the game happens. But at the end of the day, we can only move on to the next day.
Coach just said that rebounding, you guys aren't. I mean, you guys are a good rebounding team. What was it tonight? What were they doing?
I think there was a lot of 50-50 rebounds. We tried to come up with a lot of them, but I think they came up with more, and that was kind of the deciding factor tonight.
Is there something about that 10-minute drought there in that second half where it was tough to get points? Is it something they were doing, or was it just you guys?
I think shots just weren't falling for us, but we're always going to shoot the next one, and I mean, we're gonna live or die with that scenario. So.
With the Gonzaga coming up, how do you guys kind of flush this one and just move on to the next one in a sense?
Yeah, like you said, we're gonna flush this one out. We're gonna move on to the next one, and we're gonna come in. We're gonna be ready. We're gonna be prepared.
What do you guys kind of learn from this?
And we just need to come together when things get tough, and just to win the rebounding battle.
Was UNC size an issue maybe on some of those offensive rebounds, or kind of what did you see?
I don't really think their size was an issue. I think it was just more so they came up with more 50-50 balls. I think there were a couple of times the ball would bounce out to the free throw line area, and I think their guards kind of came up with a couple more. But I mean, that's on me. I'm the big man down there. I need to control the glass, so I'm gonna be better.
With you guys being pulled from the three-point line, do you think that had an effect of the offense on just the general flow and kind of what you guys are used to?
Maybe a little bit. I'm not 100%, but I mean, at the end of the day, we shot shots that we're going to make 99% of the time. So I think any shot we took tonight, we know that we take it. We practice the shots, and I think we're just going to live or die whether it goes in or not.
10 minutes scoring drought. I mean, what kind of went wrong for you guys offensively there? And then in the future, if something were to happen, how do you break out of that funk?
We just gotta lean into the stuff we do. I think we went away from that. We stopped getting to our constants that we have on offense. And I mean, this guy's gonna be DA, but we can't let that happen. I mean, that's something we gotta work on. We work on every day, but it's not translating.
It seemed like three-point shooting was a struggle tonight as well. Only made one, only attempted 13. Was Carolina doing something to stymie you guys on that end, or how did you see that?
No, I think, one, we weren't making shots, but then the fact that we got up 13, I think we just weren't. I think we didn't see the opportunity. I think, we were getting to the paint, being aggressive. That's what we do, get to the paint, but we weren't playing off 2 feet a lot where we could, hit guys for open shots. We're going to see on that.
Take it with just the 8 assists, just what was the disconnect there, especially in the half court, what's next kind of stuff?
A lot of it was we just weren't making shots, and then on top of that, I think we didn't do a good job of making plays for teammates. That's what we always preach. 8 assists, I mean, that's a bad game. So it kind of speaks for itself.
I mean, obviously you didn't have outside competition much of it with Jalen, but how different does this offense look, you think, with Jalen as opposed to what it is right now?
Yeah, it was different. I feel like y'all seen it. He's played a couple games. Y'all seen it, so we know what Jalen brings. But we all practice together. So Jalen not playing. We all see what it's supposed to look like. We all see what our good real offense looks like. So he's not playing. We're still able to incorporate all this.
You guys have obviously been stressing defense, and I know you wanted to have a good showing against a good team like this. Yeah. How frustrating is it to get those early stops, but then the 20 offensive rebounds, 22 second chance points?
Yeah, no, it sucks. We gotta have perfect possession. Maybe playing 20 plus seconds with good defense, and we give up an offensive board, and that puts another 20 on the clock. So we can't have that.
You talked about the play at Jelavic.
Huh?
Can you talk about the play of Jelavic, which is so?
Yeah, no, he did good. He was really physical. He did a good job of standing up, number 8. that's the type of physicality all of us have been asking for. We really did a good job of that. Just got to close out.
You talked about the 8 assists. The low assist count's kind of been a theme in the 3 ranked game. Just do you think that's just a new group, or kind of people just not that haven't played together long?
Shoot, I don't know. I feel like even if it's a new group, we've been here since the summer. That chemistry got to be there. I think it's just a matter of us slowing down in the moment, not letting the crowd or not letting the game, speed us up. Like we practice every day. Like we know what it looks like. So when we come to the game, we can't change it up. We shy away from those stuff that works. So it's just a matter of just I feel like we just gotta be calm. Like when we get in these type of games, like we a little antsy. We're trying to make a home run play. So we just gotta get back to our roots.
And the rest of the schedule for December, there's not really any non-major games. You got St. John's, Indiana, Gonzaga on Friday. Just kind of how do you approach those games after the last 3 games, and what are the practices need to be like in the training?
Yeah, no, that's the good part about it. We get another opportunity soon, a couple of days to change the script, write the narrative. So that's a good part about it. So obviously we wish we could have got this one back, but we know we got to do better. We get another opportunity at a really good team.
You referenced not making shots a couple of times. How do you feel like the transition offense is functioning right now? Is there something missing? Do you guys feel like you're still clicking on all cylinders when you're moving in transition?
Yeah, I think that's when we're at our best. That's when we're getting a lot of open looks. Balls moving when we out in transition, but that comes with getting stops and then getting the boards. So if we could have limited their offensive rebounds, we could have got out of transition, made the game a lot more easier. But we didn't.
You guys tonight had a 10-minute and 30-second stretch without a basket. What has to change to where those stretches aren't happening?
Yeah, definitely. It was, and the sad thing about that is that we, in those 10 minutes, we were playing absolutely really good defense. They weren't scoring, and we just couldn't score for 10 minutes, then which would break the game in our favor, and we would win it in the end. But I don't know. We just in those 10 minutes, we weren't following our fundamentals. We weren't making really passes. We were all trying to play a little bit of hero ball, trying to score on our own some tough shots. We weren't on the 2 feet on the ground. We weren't making smart decisions, and that's what at the end that's what cost us the game. Plus the offensive rebounds from the other team.
3 Power 5 losses in a row against Power 5 competition. How's the locker room right now?
Yeah, it's definitely we're not gonna lie that we're not worried, but we are just really sad it's December. Of course, we don't want to lose every game, and we lost 3 in a row versus the ranked opponents. But we're for sure gonna be back because we're gonna learn from this, and the feeling we're feeling now, the anger, the sadness is just. It's a great motivator, plus this amazing crowd. Every seat in the arena was full, and we're definitely going to bounce back. And in these tough times, you're forced to lean on each other, and I think that's what's gonna be positive for this team, because in these tough times you can't be alone. We're going to lean into each other, players to players, players to coaches, coaches to coaches, and we're going to figure this out and return this thing around.
How much do you think you guys are still trying to figure things out? Coach said they might have found something with you tonight in your performance.
I mean, definitely. As you know, when we first came, we were the deepest roster in the country. But also that deepest roster in the country thing brings a lot of responsibility, a lot of players which you need to figure out. And only 4 players returned from last year, so our coach Pope had like around 10 new players he had to figure out in 2 months, and it's really hard, and he's still trying to figure it out. And that's what maybe it's also a reason for this loss. It's not an excuse, but every game we were still trying to find a lineup of players who are willing to play his system, play what coaches and play the winning basketball. And I really waited for my opportunity, and I follow what they teach, but I also just really play with my heart, because the love that these fans gave us is just amazing.
Obviously, the outcome wasn't what you wanted, but how does it feel to be trusted to guard Carolina superstar and also get that bump in minutes?
I mean, honestly, I'm really confident on my own, but plus that trust from coach and me guarding him basically all the game was really what gave me confidence, and I really wanted to prove that it's not a mistake, that I can handle that responsibility, and that was my motivation, mindset the whole game. I wasn't even thinking a lot about the offensive end. It's just gonna come natural, the buckets, the rebounds, but I just wanted to guard him.
Was there something rebounding that they were doing? They were getting more glass, or was it just the ball bouncing?
Yeah, they really dominated us on the glass. I don't know what to say. We were honestly still now we were a really good rebounding team. We still are, but just tonight, I don't know what they're doing. They were all 5 players were there. Maybe sometimes for us it would be like their player would shoot and 2 of our players would already run to score, and we didn't even secure the ball, and that's maybe where we lost the rebounding battle. But that's definitely the number one thing why we lost this, and with the 3-point percentage.
How much are you looking forward to the Gonzaga game because of some of these results? Trying to get that one.
I mean, we're looking forward to every game, and this definitely after 3 losses in a row, you can't be more motivated. And this game is probably going to be the toughest one so far. Like I said, we're going to turn this anger, this sadness into motivation, and that we can change our trajectory and change everything. And we're looking really forward to Nashville, and we're going to give our best.
What are some of the good things you take away from this game?
I mean, definitely our defense was really good. Aside from us, that we couldn't finish our defensive possession by them getting offensive rebounds, but we had a really good defensive possessions, and like I said, in those 10 minutes that we didn't score, the saddest thing is that we didn't give any bucket. It was just the result was staying the same, and we just needed one or 2 buckets in those 10 minutes to break the game and win it. And this game we couldn't do it, but some great takeaways is definitely our defense, and we showed physicality. We really fight out there, and those are some good takeaways from this game. And the bad takeaways, I mean, are obvious aside from rebounding and 3-point percentage. But we're gonna come back to the gym tomorrow and watch the film and prepare for Gonzaga.
Along those lines, when you're in a drought like that, Coach Pope mentioned the fact that sometimes you have to find a player, a certain scenario that you guys know, that you trust to get a basket when you're struggling to find one. Is there a certain guy or a certain scenario that you feel like this team goes to or should go to in those moments?
I mean, I always think that it's hard to get one guy the ball and you have 4 guys just staying on the 3-point line and the whole gym knows he's gonna play one-on-one. I think that's really hard for anyone. But in that moment when we needed a bucket, I think all 5 of us could score, but we just didn't. And I mean, definitely, we tried to go everyone. We tried to go. I mean, we tried to go me on the low post. We tried to go pick and roll. We tried to go Tega ISO, Denzel ISO. But it's just, and they weren't even playing that great defense. It's just the ball wouldn't go into the rim. I don't know.
What was the message from Pope at halftime?
I mean, message from Pope at halftime was that we play really physical, and as we know, we would just the rebounding is gonna choose the winner of this game, and that's how it in the end. That's how it was. We were losing the rebounding battle at halftime, and we lost the rebounding battle at the end, and that's why they stole this victory.
What was his message after the game compared to maybe 2 weeks ago after the Michigan State game?
It was that this is what we signed up for. This is the biggest stage in the world, the biggest fan, and I mean that's what I love about this is when you win, everyone praises you, and when you lose, the fans are still here, but they're also angry at us, and that just shows how much they care, and I love it, and that's the biggest motivation here. But Coach Pope's message was definitely that we didn't lean enough on our principles, on his teachings, and that's something we need to be better at. To turn when the going gets tough, we need to turn to fundamentals, and that's not the step back threes or I don't know shooting over 2 players. It's just pick and roll, making plays for teammates, 2 feet, 2 hands, and just simple plays.
Yeah, like you kind of touched about it there. Going back to the fundamentals, just 8 assists tonight, and kind of low assists has been a theme of the 3 ranked losses now. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I think that's something we really need to work on, not just this game, but generally. I mean, now I'm talking about ranked games right now. That's something we lacked in all 3 games. Ranked games is the making plays for teammates, the assists, and that's something that Coach Pope is definitely number 1 in his game, and he's angry at us that we don't do it good enough. We don't lean into each other, but you know, now after 3 losses, after all this. After all this tough times, this is the perfect time to lean into each other. Like I said, we're now forced to lean into each other, and that can be a really good thing for us. Like I said, I think at the end we played a lot of hero ball, which didn't turn out really well. And while we were making simple plays on defense, simple plays on offense, we were just dunking the ball, easy plays, and making plays with teammates. And that's what's supposed to be our game. And that's something we really need to work on.
You had 3 more ranked games this month alone. Just kind of what do you need? You don't have any games in between, really. You got one in between Gonzaga and Indiana. But what do you need to get out of each practice going into each of those games?
Yeah, the most important thing is that just to turn this, do not take this sadness and anger to your heart, and know that you need to just turn it into motivation. And I think our guys know that, and we're just preparing for one game, and we're gonna win the next one, and that's just gonna be the spark. It's gonna fire up everything, and the trajectory is just gonna go up, and we're gonna turn this around, and we're ready for the next game. We want ranked teams. We want ranked teams all the time, and we can't wait.
Coach talked about you making kind of a step forward. What did you feel like you did different in this game than others?
I think I definitely waited and just training every day, waited for the opportunity to have some more minutes to show for it, and I was really confident in my defense, but also them having faith in my defense also that boosted me up, and I just wanted to be a hustler out there to make plays, to guard first things first, and when I saw I wanted to rebound. I still have a long way. We lost a lot of 50-50 balls, especially me, and that's something we really need to be more tougher, and that's what wins games. And offensively, I was never worried about myself offensively. I mean, I'm always gonna find some points, sometimes maybe more, sometimes maybe less, but I think nor coach or me is worried about my offense. It's just my defense is gonna decide my minutes, and I think that I showed at that point good today.